Hey guys, Vic here for Short Axe. Being an operator with the Washoe County ARES unit here in Reno, Nevada, I have tried to set different levels for radio gear when I'm deployed in the field. And one of the things that I had been looking for was something that pretty much went from my base station here at the house. I have a field radio, and you've probably seen some of the videos on that. It's got a lot less radio in it, and recently I took my HF out of it. Reason being, we don't use HF enough in the field locally here when we're running things. So what I decided to do was to try to go a little more QRP as far as my field deployment. So if I have a portable setup, it's at my truck, it's wherever the event is or wherever we're working. Now, if I need to go further out into the field, if I need to deploy further, what do I do? And my solution was pretty much in the setup right here. Now, David, KF7 ETX, who is also USNR Doc, great guy, I've met him before at PrepperCon, I'll see him again this year. He had pretty much came up with this bag through amp3.net, and I like the bag. There's some things I would do a little differently, and I may make some suggestions, but other than that, it does what I need it to do. It takes VHF, UHF, and HF, makes it field portable, and for what I'm doing with this, QRP in the forward area, if I'm deployed with the ARES, is just fine. We recently tested this out in a place in Nevada where our Northern Nevada Prepper group is going to do field day. And we did it in Nevada. I set this up really quick on just a dipole antenna and made a contact in southern Colorado. So QRP works quite well, and for what I'm using for in ARES, it will work just fine. So I really like the bag. The thing that I wanted to do was to get the QRP radio, which is inside the bag at the moment. So if you've seen David's video, you kind of know about this bag a little bit. It's got the rear section here is really storage, and it's pretty much where I keep shoulders. I've got a logbook, my coax, I've got some other connectors and a power connection. Everything else is pretty much in here. And the forward section is where the radio and the batteries in the bottom of the compartment. Now, I chose the Yaesu 817ND mainly because it has a small portable radio. It also has 2 antenna jacks so that I can run a front antenna if I'm just slinging this over my shoulder and walking into the field to give them some forward information during an event, disaster, whatever we're working. But also I can set this up, I can hook in, this is my antenna lead off the rear, which I normally leave right here, and there's a little port, I can push it back in, but generally I just leave it right there. I can flip this open and plug this into, say, my PAC-10 antenna, which is right here, which I've used on the southern Colorado connection, and I also used it in conjunction with their mast right here, which is also from PAC-10. So this combination up with this radio, Nevada to southern Colorado, no problem. I was making the trip. So I like the bag because it's got a handle. These are mainly here. You'll see in a moment why we use them. But these will also snap in, so you have backpack straps, or you can hook it into a strap so you have just a shoulder strap. A lot of different configurations, and then you've got some more webbing right here that you can use. One of the things that I wished is the webbing here, there was also some webbing over here, so that I could take something like this and attach it to it if I wanted to take it out and use a tree to hang the dipole without having to take maybe a mast with me. So there's some little things on it, but let me show you real quick. One of the things that you want to do with this is, now this is a great idea, and David really had it right when he got this one. This is a foot, and it just Velcros down, and what it does is it holds the radio kind of up in your face, which is handy depending on where you are. Now, I made one other modification to this, which you'll see in a second. Now again, those straps, you definitely want to do this. And besides giving you access to the radio itself, the speaker's right here. And by the way, the 817 has a great speaker, but you actually get sound bouncing from this back at you, and it's absolutely great. Microphone stays right with it. This is part of that other antenna, which you can see coming out the side, so I can pull it over here and connect it. And it comes off the rear. This is my antenna off the front. And I keep the 2 meter, 70 centimeter, actually the 2 meter right here. Now what you do, tuck the bag underneath. If you see David's video, he does the same thing. But what I've added to this is this metal bracketing right here. And part of the reason I did that, and now the actual frame is from Portable Zero. And it runs about, I think they're running around 65 bucks for this frame. But part of the reason I did it is really simple. And that is that with my portable station, if I want to just not use this in the bag and I want to use it at my forward portable, I can let this bag go aside. The battery's in the bottom, and here's my power lead to the battery. What I can do with this is I flip it out. I now have it on a decent table stand, just like so, and I'm ready to power up. It has a battery inside. Or I could just whip this out and connect the battery in the back, and now it's off the pack battery. And if you know anything about the 817, once you're off the pack battery, you can run 5 watts out of it. Little battery, I think you're running 2.5. But there again, you're up and you're running. I like the bracket. It actually has the sections here on the side to clip into from Goal Zero. Sorry, Portable Zero. So you can actually clip this and use the shoulder strap that comes with the radio. Fold this down, flip it over your shoulder. I can take this off and make it a vertical antenna, and I'm off to the races. So this is very, very field portable for use on ARES in the field. What I liked was that the pack gives me some extended range. I'm able to put it in here, throw it over my shoulder. This battery will last quite a long time. And I've got a spare that can do it. The other one that I have is David's battery. If you go to amp 3, he has a couple different varieties. One is a standard top, one side's fused, one isn't. The other top that you get that goes on top of the same battery is solar. So you can plug a 50-watt solar panel into it while you're out there, and when you're not using it, it's charging your battery up in your pack. So I could be charging this off this while I'm just sitting on the station, and maybe the radio isn't operating right away. So I think the bag is outstanding. It's well made, absolutely well made. But really, you know, at a price tag of 182 bucks, it should be made really well. And the fact is, it is. It's a little pricey, but it does a job that other bags you have to adapt to do. For me, I like something that's field portable, and again, for the ARES work that I do, this is the perfect thing to grab. I could actually pull the little antenna out of here. I could actually stick it in the bag, and I could take off into the field. And I could operate all bands for as long as I really want to. I mean, this thing will last for hours and hours and hours. So I think it's a great bag, I really do. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna put it to more use and test a little more, and I'll do a little more video on it, but I wanted to get something up. With our change in the site, I really wanted to get a little video up and kind of show that this thing really has a potential in the field. So that's it for now. Hats off to David, KF7 ETX. Excuse me, and we will see you on the next video.